How fast is your website? I mean, really. If you're running an online store, that's not just some techie question. That is a straight up business question. So today, we're going to move beyond gut feelings and what our developers tell us to find out how you can measure your store's true speed using objective, hard data. This classic quote from Peter Drucker just hits the nail on the head, right? You simply cannot improve what you don't measure. Before you can even think about making your store faster, you absolutely need a reliable way to see where you're starting from and to track if your changes are actually, working. And this really drives the point home. It is so easy to feel like your site is fast, or for a developer to tell you it should be fast. But here's the thing. Your personal experience is not your customer's experience. Opinions don't make sales. Objective data does. So, our first step here is to make that shift from opinions to data, because relying on how your site feels isn't just a little inaccurate, it could be actively costing you money. Let's break down exactly how. Just think about it for a second. A slow store has consequences that ripple out way beyond just one lost sale. Yeah, you've got lower conversion rates, that's the obvious one. But did you know it can also lead to higher ad costs? Yep, platforms penalize bad user experiences. It can even cause your own employees to get frustrated when they have to work on a sluggish site. And maybe the biggest problem of all? Without a baseline number, you have absolutely no idea if the changes you're pouring time and money into are actually helping.
Okay, so how do we get that data? Well, it turns out there are two fundamental ways to measure website performance, and you've really got to understand the difference between them. It's key.
All right, this slide is where the light bulb really goes on. There are two totally different ways to measure speed. On one side, you have RUM. That stands for Real User Monitoring. Think of this like testing a car on real city streets with traffic, potholes, bad weather, the whole chaotic mess. It's what's actually happening out there in the wild. On the other side, you have lab tests. This is like taking that same car and putting it on a perfectly smooth, controlled racetrack. It's awesome for diagnosing specific problems under ideal conditions. You see the difference? One is pure reality, the other is a perfect scenario. So here's the crucial takeaway. While lab tests are fantastic for debugging and figuring out the why, it's the RUM data, the real user data, that reflects the experiences that actually determine your sales and conversions. That's the number that truly hits your bottom line. With that in mind, let's zoom in on the most powerful and, honestly, the most accessible source of real user monitoring data that's out there for us to use. Okay, let's meet Crux. That's the Chrome User Experience Report. Just imagine a massive public database that's powered by Google. It collects anonymous speed data from millions and millions of real Chrome users as they browse the web, including your site. It is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful sources of data on how your site actually performs for real people. So why should you care about this Crux thing? Well, as you can see, the upsides are huge. First off, it's completely free. The data is totally objective, and it reflects what your actual customers are experiencing. And maybe most importantly, this is the exact same data Google uses to measure its core web vitals, which can directly affect your search rankings. But, of course, it's not perfect. Crux data runs on a 28-day rolling average. That means if you make a change today, you won't see the full impact for a few weeks, and that can be frustrating when you need fast feedback. It also needs a certain amount of traffic before it can even report any data, and you can't really drill down with super detailed filters. Now, for those who need more, there are paid RUM tools out there, like RUM Vision or CoreDash. They give you instant results and really powerful ways to slice and dice the data. They do have a subscription cost, but for bigger stores, that investment can save a massive amount of time and guesswork.
Okay, that's enough theory. It is time to get your hands dirty. Let's turn all this knowledge into action with your very first mission.
Your goal right now is incredibly simple. Run one objective speed test. That's it. We're going to find your baseline, your starting point, so you can officially start this journey from opinion to data. All right, here's exactly how to do it in 4 simple steps. You ready? First, go to Calibre's CWV test tool. Second, pop in your store's URL. Third, and this is the important part, just look for the overall result. It'll say good, needs improvement, or poor. Just write that down. And please, do not get bogged down in all the other confusing numbers just yet. And finally, step 4, do the same thing for 1 or 2 of your main competitors. And that's it. If you've done that, seriously, congratulations. You officially have your first piece of objective data. You've just taken a huge step forward, replacing a subjective feeling with a cold, hard fact. This is the foundation for everything you're going to do from here on out.
So, you're looking at the numbers. You can see how you stack up against the competition. But what do these results actually mean? And more importantly, what on earth do you do next to make them better? Well, that is the critical next question.